Hey everyone, this is Michael Trebil here at SafeBasements. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how we install our anchor system using our trencher.
Here we have our rods already attached with our hardware. On top we have our driving rod. On bottom we have our connector coupler. This is our Makita drill attached with a 1.25" drive bit. Here's our inside wall plate, also our washers and nut. Here's the trencher. We put our trenching blade on a walk behind bobcat. Here's our Makita jackhammer. We use this to push the rods. Here's our impact bit. Here's our rod cutter. This is SDS Max rod driver. Instead we had to use our coupler and rod section instead. To start, measure down from the top of the wall, level with the ground. Measure down 28 inches. When drilling, make sure you drill the hole as straight and level as possible. Drilling might be the most important part. Measure from the wall out 11.5 to 12 feet. Remember that the wall is normally about 8 inches thick and we have 13 feet of rod. I like to put my outside plate in front of where my hole is going to be to make sure that I have a precise hole. When using the trencher, try to keep the blade as straight up and down as possible to keep the hole size as small as possible. Make sure your hole is deep enough. We like to keep our rods around 32, no shallower than 30. When running your rod, make sure you use a precise angle to make sure you get the depth you need. When running a rod in a normal basement, measure off the floor joists to the end of the rod to make sure that you have the right angle. Here we have our second rod. Make sure you knock all the dirt and debris out of the coupler. Make sure the coupler gets secured to the other rod. When running the second rod, make sure you have the same angle as the first. If you ran it accurately, you should feel it pop into the hole. Our rod came out at about 34-35 inches. We put a packing bed on our jackhammer to push our plate down on. When running the plate down, make sure you have the right angle on the plate. Keep it as straight up and down as possible.
Okay, I'm good.
A few extra taps may be needed. Make sure the rod is touching the plate. If you cannot get down to feel that the rod is on, you can measure from the rod up to the top of the plate. Should be about 10.5 inches. Here's our Makita impact. Keep a couple pipe wrenches handy just in case the thread saver does get stuck. You can use wax in the thread saver as well to keep this from happening. Put on the inside wall plate and hardware. Cut off the excess rod. Leave yourself an inch or two just in case. Impact until the impact doesn't turn anymore.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna cut up right now.
Here you can see the plate pulling tight.
Yeah.
Cut off the excess rod as flush as you can to the nut. The last step is to make sure that the rod is torqued to the correct pressure. A poured wall like this one is 90, a normal block wall is 80. Backfill.
Thank you all for watching today. Hope you guys found this informative. If you guys need help with anything else, we have many more videos.